And welcome back to the farm. If y'all don't know me, my name is Ginger and I own Manzanita Farm. It's called the Tacky Ass Farm because I raise and breed marsh tackies and miniature donkeys. If you don't know what a marsh tacky is, let me let you know about that. Marsh tackies are a rare breed. There are currently about 500 of them left in the world. They are colonial Spanish horse, which means that many years ago when the Spanish first came to the Americas, they brought their horses with them and they traveled up and down the eastern seaboard from Florida all the way up, and they left people and their horses along the way to settle the lands. And in the low country of South Carolina, so a lot of these horses went feral or lived with the natives, and they became landlocked there out on the coastal islands of South Carolina, and where they became known as marsh tackies. And the reason they were called tackies is because at the time they were very common. There were quite a lot of them, and mostly used by the poorer people who lived in the area. They were easy to go catch out on the islands and to train because they are small, hardy. They're very quick-minded but very gentle. A lot of the Gullah community use them for farming and for hunting. They're very agile in those difficult terrains down in the swamps and marsh of the lowlands, and so that is how they got their name. Unfortunately, as time went on, their numbers went down and only about 150 or so were left. And then a group of passionate people came together and decided to save the breed through DNA testing. A stud book was created with the Livestock Conservancy, and they now have their own breed called the Carolina Marsh Tacky. There is an association that you can become a member to called the Carolina Marsh Tacky Association, and I am a board member of that, and we would love to have you join. We have a Facebook page where you can find out more information on how to become a member and how to find breeders and horses for sale. But the purpose of this video itself is to introduce you to Georgia. Her registered name is Tipsy in Georgia, and this is a video of her very first day of life, which was May 4th, 2024. Now, I named her Tipsy in Georgia because her mother, whom I call Honey, her registered name is LL175 Tipsy because of her ears. She had little black tips on her ears. And so I wanted a nod to her registered name. And we live in Georgia now. And she was born here on our farm. And so that is where the name Tipsy in Georgia came from. I call her Georgia. And so I'll go ahead and set the scene for what happened the day before that she was born. Everything seemed fine. Honey was normal. Her bag started filling and getting a little full. And when I did the milk test and checking her pH, it did show me that she was within 24 hours to 48 hours of giving birth, which I'll do a video later on how we do the milk testing for that. But other than that, she seemed totally fine. She was eating good, seemed happy and content. I checked on her at 10 p.m. All was well. I did wake up at 2 a.m. feeling the need to go out there and look at everything, and I went, and she was standing in the corner napping. There was no contractions, and she seemed perfectly fine. So I went back to bed. I popped back awake again at 5. I went out there, and sure enough, boom, That was Georgia. And she was already standing. She had peed and pooped and was walking around and was quite healthy. And I will admit I was a little upset that I missed the actual birth, but I am so thankful that everything went well and that Honey was a rock star and did all the work herself without any intervention. And speaking on that, I'll touch just a moment on how we handled Georgia's first human touch. I've raised a couple of foals, and I've always done things just a little bit differently, but I decided to go with more of a natural approach with this one. And so I did not handle Georgia at all. I could see from where I was that everything looked great. She was normal. She was nursing. Honey had plenty of colostrum and milk. Everything had passed. There was no need to intervene for anything medically, and so I did not handle Georgia at all. I let her come up to me. I spent pretty much all day just sitting out there, and after about half a day she did come over and introduce herself and touched me, which then allowed me to give her a little scratches and a little head rub while she was napping. But other than that, I did not handle her. I did not teach her how to lead. I did not put my hands all over her. I did not pick up her feet. I did not do any of those things when Georgia was very small. And you know what? She's turned out wonderful. She gets her feet done all the time. She travels in the trailer. She knows how to tie at a patient's pole. She is quite easy to get along with, and everything has turned out great, and I'm really happy with the way that I decided to raise her with that, which I may do a more in-depth video about that later on. But yeah, this was her first day of life, and I really hope you enjoy this video and watching these super cute moments, especially this one. This is her very first touch at all, which is just so soft and just so perfect. But yeah, I hope you enjoy watching this, and if you love marsh tackies as much as I do, I hope that you hit the subscribe button and share with your friends and let everyone know of your discovery of this amazing breed. Go check out the association on Facebook and go follow my farm page on Facebook and TikTok also. It's Manzanita Farm LLC. And I hope to see y'all around, and y'all stay tacky.